shift ahead, grab a tray, tie up that apron, what the manager said. Cracking jokes up at the host and I'm just making her laugh, while the line cooks are smoking cigarettes in the back. As the doors swing open, people start flooding in. Long conversations with strangers you'll probably never see again, but you hang on every word and serve them beer on tap. By the time they gotta go, the Michelob's gone flat. People getting acquainted, trying to find common ground. You'll meet the sweetest old lady, but she's new to this town. You can read all of their stories if you just look around. It's your job, but at the diner you're in their world now. It's a little kid's breakfast on the first day of school. It's a boy's first date and he's just trying to play it cool. It's a baby telling mama she got one on the way, and the napkins you set out just wipe the tears away. And it's a couple's last time cause they out breaking up. Oh, you can see it in their eyes, they just 86 love. At the diner you'll hear all the things they not gon' share. She found a strand in their bed that was not her hair, and while you holding their food they tryna hold it together. Some just keep on wishing that the meal lasts forever. If you listen it'll make you a lot more grateful. Everybody at the diner got their plate full. They got their plate full. No, 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 no. Everybody at the diner. You got people coming every day, don't need a menu. Most of the time can't stand them, but you gotta pretend to. They keep going on and on about all the places they've been to, staring at the clock just hoping shift gonna end soon. There's an older man saying how we used to be young. His wife for 61 years still next to him sprung. It's a dad who lost it all and thinking what should I do. It's a widow with some red wine poured up for two. It's a mother with a son cause he's visiting home. It's a lady trying to smile cause he left her alone. In the world they try to hide it, in the diner it shows. If you watch them you can find out what nobody knows. And while you holding their food they trying to hold it together. Some just keep on wishing that the meal lasts forever. If you listen it'll make you a lot more grateful. Everybody at the diner got their plate full. And it's a single mom feeling like her life's not fair. Her little girl's first time with her father somewhere. A man that's looking for a reason to not give up. He don't know, but that little toddler is his next love. They might not spill one drop of food, but they're covered in stress. And you can tidy up their tables, but life's still a mess. And while their world's falling apart, you gotta pick up their crumbs. It's crazy how the tables turn when the plate's all gone. And while you holding their food, they tryna hold it together. Some just keep on wishing that the meal lasts forever. If you listen, it'll make you a lot more grateful. Everybody at the diner got their plate full.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Long time no see. How y'all been? Hopefully you guys didn't miss me too much. Real quick, I'll get into it a little bit more later on down the week. I took a week off. Took me a little vacay from the podcasting world. It was great. It was much needed. But I'm back. And I'm recharged and we're ready to go. We're going to kick it off. My return from vacation, we're kicking it off with a big one tonight. Got a really awesome young man coming up to hang out with us. And I'll get to that here in a second as well. But welcome to Glick's House of Music, part of the Nonsensical Network. And if you're not already, go ahead and check us out. We are everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Shows are live Monday through Sunday on YouTube. And you can listen anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at, the Spotify's and Apple's and Google's and TuneIn and iHeart and all that jazz. Just go ahead and give us a little search, give us a follow, give us a like at the Nonsensical Network, or simply go to bio.link/nonsensical network. All of them socials is going to be there, including the link to our merch store. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have merch. And for those of us in the Midwest and the North and the East and the Northeast and the Northwest and whatnot, it's getting cold. So we got hoodies. and we should get you one. We should get you one because they're pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. But anywho, welcome, as I said, welcome to Glick's House of Music. That song that was playing right when we were coming in, 925 by Mr. Luke Angel. We're going to bring him up.
What's going on?
Hello,
hello.
Coming to you all the way out in Texas, aren't you?
Yes, sir. San Antonio.
Wow, San Antonio. It's on my list of places to visit.
You haven't been yet?
No, I've never been to Texas, but I hear the good thing about San Antonio is got a really cool music scene. Obviously, you're there.
Absolutely.
You're part of the music scene, so it speaks there. And you guys got good food. So, I mean,
oh, yeah. Barbecue, tacos, Mexican food, anything you need. It cannot go wrong.
Yeah, it's a win-win for me. It's definitely on my bucket list. I got a friend of mine that lives out in that area. He works for the.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to get you out here for sure.
Yeah, he's like, bro, you got to come out and visit, man. I'm like,
yeah, let me just rearrange everything and head out there.
Yeah, right. Hey, I got kids, I got a job, I got all kinds of stuff going on here. I got a few more years before I can just pack up and hit the road and be like,
right.
Take a week off work and go on a road trip.
I hear you.
Well, what up, Wally? What up, Shaka? What's going on? Mine does. I don't know, man. Look, I've been off for a week. Leave me alone. Anywho, I do want to real quick. Definitely appreciate you coming up, man, tonight. Taking some time out of your evening to come hang
Absolutely.
out. Definitely appreciate that. I know you and I'm assuming manager. You guys were real quick. You're like, yeah, let's do this. Had
Absolutely.
conversations both ways around. So I was like, oh yeah, I like the enthusiasm. So definitely appreciate it. If you'd like, real quick, let everybody know where they can find you at on the social medias, and we'll drop that a couple times tonight.
Everything will be Luke Angel Music, all one word. LukeAngelMusic.
There you go, just
Luke
like that.
Angel Music.
If I can learn to type, I could actually put it up on the screen. So I know you. I know you're listed as country music.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there that go, "This ain't country music."
Right.
It's I mean, now I'm an old guy. I'm an old man, and I grew up listening to some of the greats and whatnot. But it's like, in my opinion, it's country music with a little spice to it.
Exactly.
It's
so the funny thing is before I started doing country music, I rapped for 8 years.
Oh,
so that's kind of where that influence comes from as well, with my cadence and how I put together sentences and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you rap beforehand, because you look more.
Yes, sir.
You're like some of your other videos, and then like on TikTok and stuff like that. You look more like a rapper, not necessarily the stereotypical country singer.
Country singer, exactly. But I kind of enjoy that because it throws people for a loop. Like when I meet them in person and they're talking to me, and because I have this big treble clef on my neck, so I'm advertising music all the time. So people come up to me and be like, "Oh, what do you play?" And I'm like, "I'm a country music artist," and they're like, "Whoa, that's crazy because you don't look like one."
You don't look like one, man. There's nothing wrong with that. As we all know, musicians come in all shapes and sizes, and I think that's the cool thing. Nobody, that's like I don't think anybody would ever think Jonah is a country musician, and here he is. I mean, that guy's getting played on country radio, pop radio, rock radio stations, and I've even heard him on a couple of rap. I know back in the day he used to do some rap stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be versatile. Everything changes.
Yeah. He's getting played everywhere, man. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
How long have you been doing music?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been doing music?
I'm 24 now, and I recorded my first song at 16.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's been a good little minute. It's been a grind for sure.
You're just a baby, man. 24. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
All you youngins killing me. I'm sitting over here 43 years old, like, God damn.
Yeah, I'll be 25 on December in 1 month.
Nice, nice. I don't know, you guys are going to have to help me out with the mic. What's going on with my mic? Hold on 1 second. Again, I haven't been here for a week. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on with it. I got you guys.
How is there we go. How is that Chatterbox? It was connected to my earbud.
Oh yeah, it sounds more clear on my end.
Okay, perfect.
There you go.
I was like, I got all this damn equipment. I got a microphone over here that I absolutely love. I just got to get a new cord for it.
Right.
The other cord went bad, so I went out and bought a new external camera, and I love the cam, and it's got a mic on it, and the mic is actually really nice.
Okay.
So there
You
we go.
gotta
So we're
upgrade it up a little bit, huh?
yeah, try to. I love
There
this
you
mic
go.
I have. Once I get a new cord for it, I'll go back to using it. But
Right.
in the meantime, this works perfect.
It's working.
Okay, there we go. Thanks a lot, Chatterbox, for the assist. But are you doing music full time, or are you you
I
got a
work
9 to 5 and
that 9 to 5. That's at my actual job.
then
That whole video was shot on the clock.
oh yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you about that video. You know, if that was so
Yep.
you're actually a server.
Yes,
Or,
sir.
oh hell yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's cool.
that's
They
wonderful.
let you.
It started. It kind of like really inspired my whole switch over to country because 9 to 5 was the first, not the first country song I've ever made, but the first country song that like I was like, okay, yeah, we need to do something with this one.
Nice. That's awesome. That
Yeah.
speaks volumes for your employer that did you just go to them and was like, hey,
They
I
came to
do
me.
music on the side. Oh, they
They
came to you.
actually
Oh,
came to
even
me.
better.
So I was trying to keep it under wraps a little bit because I didn't know like how they were gonna feel about it, because I was shooting videos in the restaurant and making TikToks about the restaurant and stuff and they didn't know, well, I thought they didn't know. So they pulled me in the office one day when I came into the shift and I was like, oh, I'm getting fired. And he was the owner, he was like, his name's Drew. His actual name is Andrew Glick as well. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, he's a real good dude. But he pulled me in the office and he was like, "So I found your music on TikTok," and I was like, yeah, I'll pack it up. This is it for me." And he was like, I actually really love it." And then we just had a conversation about it, and he was like, we went through it and whatnot, and I was like, "Well, would you mind if I shot the video here?" And he was like, "Not at all. Just tell me when and where." So we did that. We made that happen after the song was fully complete and everything was ready to go, and that was fun. That was a good time.
Hell yeah, that's well, I will say one thing about us Glicks. We come from a long line of awesome people. I mean, all the Glicks are awesome. So
They're all in that category, huh?
yeah. So shout out to Drew, man. That's cool. I mean, that speaks volumes for not only the owner but your boss and the company you work for, that they're that cool with it and they're supporting you in the way.
Super wonderful job. I mean, everybody's been super supportive and can't ask for more. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I try to keep, I think most people I work with know that I do podcasting, but they don't watch it, which I'm thankful for. We do multiple shows throughout the week, and some of the shows get a little crazy. They get a little out there.
A little dicey.
I'm definitely not gonna. Well, I can't say that anymore. I was gonna say I'm definitely not gonna be running for political office anytime soon. However,
not ready to talk to the HR office yet, huh?
Yeah. I think maybe some people might like a couple of the shows here on the network, but I don't know.
Right.
Don't call
That's
me
how
into
I felt when I was rapping. When I was rapping, it was the same thing because I was always working like regular jobs. I worked at Jack in the Box and I was rapping. So I was like, I hope these people don't find my music. But now that's why I love country so much, man. I'm proud of every song. I love what we're doing right now. I feel very strongly about it.
I'm digging it, man. I haven't come across any of the old rap stuff. Now I am curious, though, to be honest with you.
I hope we never do.
Time to do a deep dive.
Yeah, someone's gonna leak it. It's gonna come out at some point. It's gonna be. It'll be there because it's a good 10, 11 albums. So.
Oh wow! So you were just.
It's 8 years of work.
Music.
It's 8 years of practice. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm digging the new stuff, man. You got the new album, Average Joe.
Yes, sir.
I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but I'm working my way through it. I'm liking it, man. It's just, it just kind of reminds me of like the title of the album, just Average Joe, man, working that 9 to 5 and dealing with life, which is really cool. And it's got a different sound. It's not, like we said at the beginning, it's not your typical quote unquote country music. It's different, and I'm digging it. I'm hoping my audience here and our audience here on the network will enjoy it as well as we. And I'll go ahead and get this out of the way real quick. I always ask every artist because I don't want to do it without permission. Moving forward after tonight, I'm gonna, if it's all right with you, I would love to add your music to our rotation throughout the week. We usually take like breaks, and we play music, and that music has been specifically catered to my guest on this show.
Right.
We keep you guys in rotation, so would love to do that if that's cool with you.
Absolutely.
And see that
you've had people say no.
No, actually, you know what? I'm waiting for a no, but I'm also covering my ass because
I just like to hear the reason why.
Yeah, and eventually, the reason that I ask is because eventually you guys are going to blow up. Yeah, and you guys are going to be dropping albums, selling out concerts. You're going to be doing all these things, and old YouTube's going to come knocking on my door and say, "Hey, you can't play copyright infringement." And I can go, hey, let me show you this video clip I have, jackass.
Yep, I have permission.
Yeah, but no, nobody has said no. We definitely appreciate that. But
I couldn't think of why you would say no if you came on the show.
That's my thing. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it because
you might get one.
Yeah, because I'm going to have questions. It's obviously going to take me down another road, and I'm going to be like,
right.
Why can't we play your music exactly?
They got to be in witness protection or something.
Yeah, like if somebody comes up on the show with the blurred out face and voice
blurred
changer,
out face and a ski mask.
Okay, I understand. Maybe music isn't your best career choice if you're high.
Right. Definitely trying to live in the shadows and the spotlight at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. But I always ask. It's also. I feel like it's also a. I was brought up with manners. It's a common courtesy. Just
right.
Hey, obviously I know the answer is going to be yes, but throw it out there. It's cool if we play your music. Some people might say no because they might watch some of the other shows and go, yeah, we'd much rather you stick to playing our music right here where we know you behave. Right. We don't want to be affiliated with the other shenanigans that you guys pull off.
Them artists are a tricky thing.
Hey man, I understand you. People gotta. Some people are worried about their reputation. Some people. Right. Hey, I live by the motto, man. I'm here for a short time. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna enjoy my life, man.
Exactly. No other way to do it.
Yeah. No, exactly. So. You put out your first song when you were like 16.
Yes, sir.
Were you writing before that? Was music something that you knew that you always wanted to do, or?
My very, very, very first memory is singing.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's always been in my. I don't know if it's in my blood, but it's always been in me. I started singing very, very young. My parents always said I just used to retain lyrics like nobody they've ever seen. And I was 2 years old singing full songs, and just riding along in the car, just singing. And then I picked up poetry actually first, and I was writing poems like mad all the time, and I would in high school when we would miss class, you would come back the next day and they would make you write poems the whole entire time. It was
Oh man.
in my English class. My English teacher just liked poetry, so that was your punishment. You were just sitting there writing poems. So I would skip class every single day and just be okay. I'm just gonna write poems all the time. So I mean, it was crazy practice. I wrote poems for years straight, every single day in 7th period. So it was. I mean, that's how I got my start, really, with lyrics and just putting sentences and bars together, and then, of course, came the freestyling with the lunch table and all that good stuff, and wanting to be a rapper, and that god-awful era. But, I mean, here we are. I call it all practice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, as you say, writing poems definitely sets you right up for as far as rap goes. I mean, because essentially,
right. And then I play trumpet, guitar, and piano as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. You just got to do a little bit of everything over there.
Oh yeah. That's always been my main interest. I've never had any other dream, really. It's always been music.
Just playing and saying music.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
As far as writing music goes, I think you said you had an English teacher that used to make you write poetry and stuff like that. I remember when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, I had an English teacher that I swear to God, that woman was 200 and some odd years old, and she's probably still alive to this day just to spite me. we did not like each other yet. Yeah, Lord, I don't know. She should be I'll be surprised if she isn't. But we couldn't stand each other. So she was like, "I will give you an A for the year. You don't ever have to come to class." Which I went to a vocational school or a trade school or whatever you want to call it, and I was working my senior year, so I literally had to only come to school for her class. It was the last credit I needed to graduate. But she was like, "I'll give you an A for the year. You never have to come back to my class. We'll just call it even. You got to give me 5 speeches." I'm like, okay. She said, one is an impromptu speech, where I'll just be like, get up and talk about something for 5 minutes.
Right.
Then it was like 2 of her choice and 2 of my choice. And I'm like,
that's not a bad deal.
You're going to let me do my favorite thing in the world, and that is to get up in front of people and talk. Yeah. Yeah. She thought she had me with the impromptu one, and one day she was like, Mr. Glick, get up and give us a speech on butter. And I was like, okay. All right. 15 minutes later, and her telling me for 10 minutes to shut up, I was still talking about butter. But I grew up out in the country here in Ohio.
You're like, that backfired on you, didn't
it? I grew up in the country. I grew up surrounded by Amish people. So I started talking about churning butter. I was just all over the place.
You're like, I know all about this.
So I feel you on that. Hey, I'm going to get in trouble. You're going to make me write poetry. I'm going to get to do what I love. And
exactly.
Now, all these years later, here I am. Continuing.
I should really thank you at this point.
Yeah, right? All these years later, I'm still just talking to random people for hours on end because I can.
Exactly.
So, no, you find those things that you love, man, and then you just kind of fall into it.
With them.
Yeah, just kinda, stick with it and go with it. I appreciate you, Chris. Hell yeah, man. We got the permission right there, brother. One of my other hosts on the network wants to play your music on his show.
Absolutely.
As far as writing goes for you, do you and I always ask this because and 9 to 5 is one of those songs. It's a storytelling song.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up in an era of music, and I listened to an era of music with my parents and my grandparents and whatnot, where a lot of the songs told a story. It didn't matter what genre it was. And somewhere in the last 20 years or so, music has just kind of gone to shit. Let's be honest.
They lost it.
Yeah. But I'm seeing this resurgence, and a lot of young artists like yourself and a lot of the artists that I have on this show, you guys are telling stories again, and it's awesome.
I feel like because that's what touched us.
Yeah.
Especially me as a kid, that's what resonated with me, man. It was just all the storytelling. That's why I love country music so much, is because it's all just stories.
Yeah, they just the stories that they tell, man. Yeah, exactly. And so when you write a song, obviously 9 to 5 was based in a lot of reality for you. I mean, you sung on what you knew right there at the diner, which is cool because, you know, being on the outside looking in and never working in the service industry or anything like that, I never really thought of it that way. You know, people coming in and you get to see all these stories, all these lives kind of unfold in front of you in that half hour, 45 minutes that they're there to eat dinner or lunch or breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
But when you write, do you write based off of personal experiences, or
I've developed into being able to write. I used to not want to write anything other than my personal experiences because I felt like it wasn't my story. But now I feel like with the average Joe, I've told my story because every song on there is all mine for the most part. The only song that's not is Green Beret, just because that was just a spur of a moment thing. I'll tell you about that a little later. But every other song is something that happened to me, or something that I've dealt with or been through, or just one of my life experiences. But I have been able to write about other people now. Like that's kind of what 9 to 5 was just like it was my experience just working there, but it's also everybody else's perspective, you know.
Yeah, because I mean everybody's kind of seeing it and watching stuff unfold and everything like that.
But I love writing very vague, if that makes sense, like to where you can apply it to. I relate it to Nickelback. Chad Kroeger was one of my favorite artists growing up.
Oh, you like Nickelback? Nickelback sucks. They're the
growing up, they were the shit. Growing up, they were that.
Yeah.
But
I am a huge fan.
Chad Kroeger's voice, man, something was just different about that. That rasp was crazy. But his lyrics were so simple, but you could relate to them to things that you've been through or things that you've experienced or anything like that. So that's all I wanted to do, was be able to still tell my story and you know what the song's about, but also be able to relate it to your own life.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for, you know, I see your question, Chris, and we'll get to it. I love music. Now I couldn't play an instrument to save my life. You know, somebody put a gun to my head and was like, learn to play this guitar. Well, you might as well go ahead and pull the trigger. It's game over. I had a hell of a run. I had a good life. You know, I had a lot of ups and downs, but hey, man, I've owned a guitar for about 20 years. It holds hats. And I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but I love music. And music has always been my outlet. You know, if I'm going through stuff, if I'm, you know, battling, you know, my mental health stuff, or having a good day, having a bad day, like music has always been there for me. And I think that's really cool how artists, and like you said, you know, they write in a way that even if they're writing down a personal experience, you can relate to it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I joke around and I say that Jason Aldean is my spirit animal, and I feel like he lives in my head when he writes his music, because every song he puts out, I'm like, I've lived this at some point in my life. I've been here, you know. So that's one of my kind of go-to artists if I'm having a shitty day. Just put the windows down, find me a backcountry.
Jason Aldean.
Yeah, and just crank out some Jason Aldean.
I
But
like him because he's more. He's definitely country, but he gives me that gritty, just rock vibe too. You know,
yeah,
that's my niche right there.
yeah, no, exactly. They I like that. I like that sound. That kind of rock, raw, country. Very good friend of mine who was a former guest on the show. We became friends after he was a guest on the show. James Luker is like that. He has that real like rock, country, outlaw,
Grit.
gravel, grit voice to him,
Yeah.
and he doesn't hold any punches back. I think it's one of the things that I like about his music is that he has that just, well, I'll punch you in the mouth,
Yeah.
type music.
Right.
Hey, look, I was kidding about Nickelback, guys. I am a huge fan of Nickelback. I love Nickelback.
They're tearing you up.
Hey, I like Nickelback. I was only joking because nobody likes Nickelback for some reason, but I'm a huge fan. Yeah. Yeah, Upchurch. Luke is a lot like Upchurch, but he has his own style, his own unique.
I have heard that before.
Yeah, you got a little church in you. Chris asked, Wally asked in the chat, who was your big inspiration for your music?
I wouldn't really say it was ever like an epiphany thing. It was more just like okay, I have the money to buy a microphone now. I got my first job, and I was like, okay, let's get a studio. But it was always something I wanted to do. I just never I was never really old enough to know how to do it until I got into high school, and my friend was a producer. He started making beats, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. So
yeah, I can get on that.
I just hopped in and recorded.
Oh yeah. Well, to kind of piggyback on that, do you have any artists that you really look up to that you that kind of help, I guess, steer you in the direction that you're going into, or anything like that?
Blake Shelton.
Oh, nice.
Blake Shelton is definitely my favorite country artist. Johnny Cash. I like Johnny Cash's style. I like Johnny Cash's whole image and everything like that. I love his music as well, but his image is, you can see I got the black leather on. I'm wearing black pants. I got the black and white boot. That's kind of what I model that after. I like that like Playboy cowboy look. You know, that was.
Oh, yeah.
And then just music wise, it's really not too many country artists that I would say inspired me rather than I just enjoyed for the most part. But I'm from Los Angeles originally, so my background really doesn't come from too much country, because when I was growing up out there, it wasn't really prevalent. It didn't start coming out there until really, I would say, around the 2010-ish mark, you know, and to where it was like a main genre. And
yeah, the mainstream.
So I would say, like I said, Nickelback, Simple Plan was a big one for me. Axl Rose is my favorite artist of all time.
Hell yeah.
Just all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, be it from Los Angeles, the music scene out there was pretty, heavily rock influenced, and then in the mid 90s, early 90s, hip hop started taking over, and you had all those the West Coast rappers, Dre and Snoop and NWA and all that, kind of popping up everywhere. So, it took a long time for country to get out there.
and then surprise, mom raised me on Eminem religiously.
Hey, there you go. You got a good mom right there.
That's kind of where that came from. And my mom was a Bob Marley fiend to the max. I just had a little bit of everything, coming in. And then we moved to Texas when I was 6. Yeah, about 6 years old. And so then country just started flooding. So, I just have a lot of influences from a lot of different genres, really.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I as I said, I love music, and I listen to, excuse me, all genres,
Right.
in different eras. I surprise a lot of people because I'm an old school hip hop head. I love uh, hip hop from the '90s. Um, whether it's West Coast, East Coast, I love the guys down south that didn't really get a lot of credit until like the early 2000s.
Right.
Like Outkast and T.I. and Timberland and a bunch of those people down there.
Mm-hmm.
But I listen to everything, and like the different eras. I love the 50s and 60s, and then like the 80s.
Dion and the Belmonts. That's my boys
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, right. So
That's my biggest right there.
yeah, that R&B, man, that doo-wop sound, and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that stuff.
I would say that's probably my favorite era of music.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. That whole diner. That's why I started working at that diner, is it gave me that vibe. And it kind of just inspired. I guess that's what I could say inspired me really to start country music. It really was that job. I mean, that job changed everything for me.
Man, it sounds like it's a good job. And like I said, Chris wanted to know if you like Alan Jackson.
I love Alan Jackson. I think
Chris,
probably Drive was that was the first song I ever heard by Alan Jackson. That one shook me to my core.
Hell yeah. That's I mean, hey, wait until you become a dad. I mean, don't rush into if you're not a dad already. Don't rush into it. The kids are great. Don't get me wrong. I've got 3 of them, and I love them. And I got 2 bonus sons, but they're older. They don't need me for anything. Their mom did a great job raising them. But and yeah, don't. When you become a dad, certain songs when you become a dad are going to hit differently than they hit before you were a dad, and that's one of them songs. If it hits you just right now, wait until you become a dad. If you ever plan on becoming a dad, and then listen to it when your son or daughter's like 4 or 5 years old, something like that. You got a few years under your belt being a dad.
It's gonna hit a little different.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Right.
Yeah, Wally. Yeah, man, it's scary.
I'm not gonna say too much on that, but once you get to the bottom of the album, if you listen to Illinois, that'll explain the look on my face for that one. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm working my. Hey, man, I think a lot of young men can relate to situations. We'll call them situations.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to know what we're talking about, you got to go listen to Luke Angel's Average Joe album. It's on YouTube and everywhere else. Go listen to it, and then go listen to Illinois.
All platforms.
No, Chris, I'm not ready for Thursday night. I'm not looking forward to watching the Steelers beat the hell out of my Cleveland Browns. However, I am looking forward to Nikki scoring a fuck ton of fantasy points in fantasy football against our opponent this week.
There you go. I like your chat. They're interactive. They're cool.
Yeah, man. We get a few of them in here, and they'll chat with us, and they'll BS with us. And guys, the chat's always open. If you want to ask Luke any questions, feel free to chime right in. I'll put them up here on the screen.
I will say, if they pop up, just read them to me because I don't have my glasses on. I can't see anything.
I don't have my glasses on either. Fortunately, I'm like a foot and a half from my computer screen.
That's why I keep going like this, coming up close.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, bro. I'm blind as hell. What I want to do real quick, if you don't mind, I want to take a real quick break.
Okay.
Because I want to, I got a couple songs of yours here, and I want to make sure we get them played. But I want to take a real quick break, play one of your songs, and we'll come right back in and just keep chatting away. So hang on through. Oh, excuse me. Hang on through the break, guys. We'll be right back. Here's Luke Angel, Be Something.
see you staring over there from across the room. If you can't understand my eyes, they're saying don't you leave too soon. Cause from the way it looks tonight, we got a lot to do. I know that we ain't even met, but should we toast to me and you? You done got up out your seat and got to closing in the distance. Walked up, introduce yourself as I'm the one that you've been missing. You might be my bad decision, won't know till we start. Maybe we could be forever, maybe that sounds like a lie. Might be nothing that I need, but maybe everything I want. But we're a drink from being something, baby, so let's give it a shot. Now I ain't saying that I love you, but you never know. See, baby, coming over here just might turn into coming home. We can't tell it at the moment, is it right or wrong? But oh, I'm dying for a chance, girl, we just might not die alone. You might be my bad decision, won't know till we start. Maybe we could be forever, maybe that sounds like a lie. Might be nothing that I need, but maybe everything I want. But we're a drink from being something, baby, so let's give it a shot. I know this ain't a movie, but I think this how it happens. Maybe just a night with you could turn into us laughing at the day we met, saying I'll never leave your side. So this is just a drink for you, but this my shot at love and life. You might be my best decision, let's give it a try. Girl, you might be my forever, God, I'm hoping that I'm right. Cause that twinkle in your eye could turn the stars under the sky. Maybe calling you tomorrow turns to you dressing in white. You might be my bad decision, won't know till we start. Maybe we could be forever, maybe that sounds like a lie. Might be nothing that I need, but maybe everything I want. But we're a drink from being something, baby, so let's give it a shot. But I think that's how it happens.
Welcome back, everybody, to Glick's House of Music here on the Nonsensical Network. If you're not already, go ahead and drop us a follow, a like, and a share. We are everywhere. Go ahead and go to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. You're going to find all them links there. And don't forget to give our guy Luke Angel a follow. He's at Luke Angel Music everywhere. Give him a follow. Give him a like. Check out his music, y'all. And as I said, welcome back. We're hanging out with Luke Angel tonight, chit-chatting about music, just hanging out, just having a good time, shooting the shit. All that fun stuff like we normally do here on Glick's House of Music. And I got to figure it out. I don't know how you take a week off and you forget how to do every damn thing after you've been doing it for 3 years. I've been doing this shit for almost 4 years. And now all of a sudden I now
1 week
like,
cooked you, huh?
Yeah, right, man. I mean, I was so burnt out. I needed that week. But anywho, I'll get to that real quick here in just a second. The first song, 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Did you sample, or it sounds a lot
you
like,
know it?
Yeah, Keep the Wolves Away by
it's my favorite country song. It's my favorite country song of all time.
And first time I heard it, I was like,
it's not sampled, but it is modeled after the beat.
Okay.
Mm.
I was like, man, why do I know this? And I had to listen to it a second time. And as I was listening through the second time, I started singing out loud, Keep the Wolves Away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, damn.
The first time
cool.
I heard the beat is what I started singing it too. And I was like, that's my favorite song, dude. I was like, this is meant to be. And so I just wrote that song. And I really I hope it's perceived the right way, because I was trying to pay homage to it. I wasn't trying to, I didn't want to sound like ripped off or anything, you know?
That's what I was going to ask you. If you knew the song and if you were paying like some kind of homage or tribute to it. It's a fantastic song. And I'm a huge fan of Uncle Lucia. I love his music. Love that song. I'm right there with you. You said it's one of your favorite songs. I've been hooked on it since the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
So,
Something, I don't know what it was, man. Something, that song moved me.
right? I don't know what it is, but it's a fantastic freaking song. It just speaks truth. I think that's what it is.
It's very
5.
raw.
Yeah.
It's very raw and personal. It just
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah, so because I've had a couple people that have caught it, and I'm like, okay, cool. At least people are catching on to it, but I'm hoping it's being caught on in the right way, and people aren't gonna sue me and whatnot.
Yeah, try to break your balls over it, like, you son of a bitch.
Exactly.
Hey, leave me alone. I'm just trying to pay homage to a guy that I like, and
because I do know it is damn near a classic song, So I was like, it's kind of it's a little bit of a risk, but that song was too good not to write the 9 to 5. So I was like, we'll deal with whatever.
No, it flows great. 9 to 5 really flows great. I mean, it's like I said, it's a hell of a story, and it's like, ooh, wow. Like I said, it's kind of an eye opener for somebody who's never worked that type of job. It's kind of an eye opener because one of the parts of the song that you said was some people are hoping it never this what is this
this meal lasts forever.
This meal lasts forever, and it's like I've kind of been there before. Like, and I know other people can say, well, yeah, I've been there before. Like, whether it's good or bad, this, I'm having such an amazing night. I don't ever want it to end, or this is the worst feeling of my life. And I know when I walk out the door, I got a long road ahead of me to heal or recover or whatever the case may be. So,
and I wrote it in a sense for everybody, but I wrote it directed towards servers and people that work in that industry because I wanted to give it the first time I posted it on TikTok or whatever, it was my caption was a new way to look at a 9 to 5. So I was trying to give people from our perspective, from our job, a perspective that's a little different. That like, hey, these people are going through stuff too. It's not like because people as in the service industry we complain about people camping and staying there for hours and hours and hours and going through stuff and acting out and just everything. There's a reason for it all. Some people there's no reason. It is just what they do.
Yeah.
But
they got nothing better to do.
Yeah, exactly. But it's real life stuff going on. Just because they're at the restaurant doesn't mean they're not people.
Yeah, 100%. No, and I'm guilty of that. I've been a camper a time or two, just sitting there hanging out with my buddies, and it's like, hey, we've been here for a hot minute. Let's make sure we take care of our server because they could have had other people sitting here eating and not just taking up space.
That's how I got that job. Actually, I had just gotten out of jail. And, and I was with my parents and just my whole family, my whole immediate family, and we were just sitting there, and my mom's just crying, and like it's not a fun time at all. And our server just treated us with so much compassion, and it kind of it sparked it for me. I was like, I want to work here. And then the next week, I was working there.
How long you been doing it?
It's been a year, and last July I went in.
Oh, nice.
So I've been about a year and a half now.
Yeah, man, you just keep saying more and more things that just like make this place sound like such a cool place because you've only been there.
It's the only job I can say that I truly enjoy going to. It's
like you've been there barely a year. They're supporting your music career. The owner's like, come on in here and shoot a music video and keep doing what you're doing. We're liking what you're doing and then they and I won't dig into your personal life. You said you just got out of jail, and regardless of what it is, a lot of employers go, there's not a lot out there that are going to take a chance. So shout out to the diner you work in, and shout out to Drew again because they sound like a
Max and Louie's New York Diner.
There you go. All in, and that's in San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ever in San Antonio? Make sure you swing into the diner.
Maybe
you'll see our boy Luke in there.
Come check it out.
Yeah. Chris asked in the chat, other than music and other than slinging plates, what else? What other things are you into? What do you like to do for fun if you're not doing music or working?
Nothing.
Just music. You're 24/7 music.
I work 15 hour shifts a day, depending on the day. And then after work, that's all I do, man. I come home. There's no time to do anything. I write a song, go to sleep, wake up, back at work at 6, 7 a.m.
Man.
So I'm just grinding. I'm grinding right now, man. I'm trying to work hard so I can get the money to fund this.
Hey, yeah, there you go. Independent artist over here, guys. That's why y'all need to go check out his music and support him and share the hell out of it. You know, gotta love the hustle, man. Gotta love the grind.
It's a beautiful struggle.
Yeah, you know, you're doing what you love. You know, it's like here with this podcasting. You know, we've been doing it for almost 4 years. We're still small time, you know, but you know, I have faith that you know we stay with it and we ever change and we evolve, which you've done as an artist. Right. You've evolved. You as you said, that I don't do that rap shit no more. I got hopefully that music stays buried. If it's on social media, I'm gonna find it.
I knew this day was coming. We knew this day was coming. It's all right.
And the great thing about it is you're still young enough and you're still early enough in your career that it's, you know, people are going to be like, yeah, whatever.
That's the thing, though. You're going to be surprised. It's not bad. It's not. That's not the problem. It's not bad. It's just not me anymore. You know, it's not who I am.
Yeah.
So.
No, I feel that. You know, that's, you know, this show, this network started with the show, and it was just. And we still do it. It's total chaos and anarchy on Saturday night. We do a 6-hour show on Saturday night that's just complete chaos and anarchy. And we dropped a link in the chat, and anybody who wants to come in can come in and hang out with us. And we never know what we're gonna get. But that's where this network started. We were doing that 3 nights a week, and it was just like, okay, we've been doing this for a while.
That's a grind in itself, right there, man. 6 hours, 3 nights a week.
Yeah, well, we weren't doing 6 hours. We were doing 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Saturday nights were just. It was a monster on its own. It was just
free for all.
Yeah, and I reached out and my co-creator, him and I got to talking. My co-host as well, and I was like, dude, we gotta start to evolve. We've got to change, and then we actually started worrying about creating good content and changing shows around, and now we've got shows 7 nights a week, and I don't even know. I think we're up to 8 or 9 shows a week on here. And Pierce Motorsport, who's in the chat here with us tonight, he's been wanting to do podcasting, and I was like, I got a network, brother. Let me know when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and we'll get you in the lineup. He just started with us a few weeks ago. We're doing a men's mental health show. We do a fun news show. We do a sports show. I do this show.
Awesome.
There's a movie show. And so it's like, yeah, you know, kind of like you're like, oh, you know, I've kind of done what I could do here. This isn't really me. I want to do this country thing.
Time to grow.
Yeah, I want to do this country thing. So that's a part of being a serious quote unquote artist or entertainer. Running out the music. See, yeah, best decision to join and have a show. I'm loving that you're doing the show. We'll get you there. Yeah, he's still learning and whatnot. But squirrel, that kind of tail spun way off the track. Hello, it's 9 o'clock. Shit, I really did. I just went off the rails. I totally lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you something, and then it totally slipped my mind because I went off on a little rant there. That's what I wanted to ask you. Have you been lucky enough to do like shows and gigs and stuff like that?
So I got my first. I play open mic every week.
Oh, nice,
So
nice.
so I just trying to get like my. I haven't really been on stage too much other than those. Now I mean now I do it every week. I've been doing it for probably about 5-6 months. So I mean I got some practice up there now. I'm comfortable up there, but before that, no, I wasn't really doing too much. I was in a lot of legal trouble, and I
Oh
wasn't
man.
really able to step out or do pretty much anything. So
Oh,
for the
man.
better part of 3 years. So
Oh wow.
I'm kind of just coming back to the world.
Hey, there
So
you go, man. You know, live and learn. We make our mistakes.
yeah,
You know, there ain't
exactly,
nothing wrong with that as long as you learn from them, and
absolutely.
again, you grow, and you know, and you. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say you have to be a better person because I'm an asshole, and I've been an asshole my whole life. But
Right.
Arliss, what's going on, brother? Welcome, welcome. But
Yeah,
I
I'm just
gotta
making
ask.
up for last time though. But I got my first show on November 27th. Actually, yeah, next week on Wednesday. It's gonna
Hell
be at
yeah,
this bar over by right across the street from work.
hell yeah. That's awesome, man. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
that's gonna be my first
Congratulations.
headline. I got to open an act and everything, so
Hell
it's
yeah,
gonna be fun.
hell yeah, man. Congratulations on that. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Be prepared for all the first show technical difficulties.
Oh yeah.
Don't let it discourage you or anything like that.
It's cool because it's the same bar that I perform at every week, so
Oh,
it's kind of
nice.
yeah. So it's kind of just like the owner had seen me perform and he was like he watched me a couple. I think he said he saw me 3 weeks in a row, and he was like, "We need to get you a show, dude." And I was like,
Hell yeah.
"Okay, cool." So
Hell
they're
yeah.
throwing me one, and
That's awesome, man. That is so cool. So I gotta ask you. You're kind of getting your chops on stage.
Mhm.
What was it like for you the first time you got on stage? What was that?
So I'm a choir boy, so
Oh,
it's not too much. So when I was playing trumpet, I was in band, so I was on stage all the time doing solos and everything, and then choir, I was doing solos and everything, So it's never really been a problem other than like first time when I'm on stage as a young kid at 15, 16 years old doing solos for the first time was terrifying. But I mean, throughout the years, we're okay. Now I've done a couple rap shows and everything like that too. So I'm not a stranger to being on stage. I would say it's just
yeah.
different now because it's a whole different vibe and a whole different energy that I need to bring with country music than it is with rapping or doing anything like that. They have the backtrack and they're basically just performing their audio track.
Yeah.
And me, I got no vocals other than what I'm singing through the mic. So
Yeah.
it needs to be spot on, and it takes a lot more. I would say I wouldn't say more skill, but definitely more preparation.
Yeah. Well, and it makes it nice because you've been going there now for the last 5 or 6 months. You've been doing the
Right.
open mics. You're familiar with the location. You're probably familiar with the regulars, and
We've been building up a fan base. People have been coming into my job from the bar that have seen me perform and been like, "Oh, we heard you and we just wanted to meet you." I
hell
was
yeah,
like, "Okay, that's sweet." So
that makes it a
word
little
of
bit
mouth
easier.
is word of mouth is kicking right now. It's wonderful.
Hey man, I tell you what. Sometimes that's all it takes is word of mouth. My grandfather was a business owner. Well, pretty much my whole life up until he passed,
Uh huh.
and he didn't advertise. He had a little square in the phone book. I don't know if you remember phone books or not. But he had a little square in the phone book, and that was about it. All his business came from word of mouth, former or previous customers that spoke
Right.
highly of him, and he was a successful businessman. He stayed busy. So, sometimes that word of mouth will carry you a long way, man, and do one hell of a, it could be good or it could be bad.
Yeah.
If you build up a reputation, good or bad, it's one of those double-edged swords.
Exactly.
Yeah. My man Arliss here in the chat. Getting up on stage for the and first time ever. I'm not a singer and I'm not a musician, but believe it or not, I have a massive fear of public speaking.
Really?
So they had a show a few months back that they did for disabled veterans, and they had asked me to come and MC the show, and I was a wreck with nerves, dude. I was a wreck with nerves. I like they're so supportive. Like they were super supportive. The band, Arliss is the lead singer of Southern Outlaws band.
Right.
Fantastic band. They become family at the end of the day. All super supportive. My fiance was there. She was super supportive. Few other people that were there that knew me from this show or knew me through Arliss, super supportive. And I'm like, I just gotta get through the nerves, and when it was time for me to go up on stage, I kind of stood on the back of the stairs for a minute and just kind of took it all in. It was like, fuck it, got my liquid courage. Let's just fucking go. They're like, once you start talking, you're going to be fine, and I was. Right. Once I had the microphone in my hand and I started talking, it was like a adrenaline rush, man. I don't know if you get that same feeling. I feel like most musicians and most artists do get that. Yeah, man. It was like it was awesome.
It's a better feeling than I've ever had. It's wonderful.
Hey, Mandy. Welcome.
That's why I'm a little nervous for this one, just because it's my first headline and we're selling tickets and everything. So it's going to be a lot more people than I'm used to. But hopefully when I see them lights, I'll be ready to go. Shake off the nerves and get it.
Yeah, right. And that's the other cool thing, man. You're assuming getting paid, so it's like a paid gig. You're selling tickets. All these people that you've built up who would become fans by coming and watching you at open mic. They're probably telling their friends, "Hey, you got to come see this kid. This kid is great. He's doing his first show. You got to come check him out." And you're gonna have all those new ears and eyes on you. Who, like I like to say, if one person shares out your music to 20 people and only 3 of those people like your music, but they share it out to 20 more people, it started at 20, you're already at 60. And if you do those numbers, those numbers start to just, blow up.
Your odds just increase. Or your...
Yeah. Hey, buddy. You're not doing ice cream tonight? Huh? Nothing. It's too. I think Nikki was going to do ice cream. You can go to bed. That's my youngest.
That's the boy?
Yeah, that's my only boy.
That's awesome.
That's my youngest. That's Cash.
Cash.
Not named after Johnny Cash. It just kind of felt. The kid was like 3 days old and he didn't have a name because his mother and I couldn't agree on a name. and I was like,
what do I got in my pocket right now?
Yeah. I don't know where it came from, man. I was just sitting there at the hospital. We were just sitting there at the hospital because, and I was like, what about Cash? But with a K instead of a C. And she was like, yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, it took us 9 months and 3 days to agree on a name for the poor kid.
So there you go. It happened.
Yeah. Don't be nervous if Glick's crazy behind can get in front of people. A talent like you has got this.
Thank you so much.
Cash.
I'm trying to read. I think that's that Mandy.
Yeah, that's Mandy. Big sis. My big sis, Mandy. Wally says Cash is the real champ. Yeah, he wishes he was. Well, one champ here, and that's me. I got the belts to prove it.
Big dog.
Yeah, nah, obviously, I'm assuming most people get into the music industry because you want to you want to do the big shows? Do you have the dreams and the goals to like what would be your dream concert? Like where at? Is there a
Red Rock.
location that you have? Oh, dude, I might have to make a trip if you're at Red Rock. I want to go to Red Rock so bad to see a concert.
That's like my I made it moment. Once I hit that Red Rock stage, we made it.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool as hell. You definitely have to record that one.
Yeah, for sure. That'll have to make a music video or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Right. It used to be. I'd say it used to be Madison.
I think a lot of musicians have that in the back of their mind, Madison Square Garden, because it's just so iconic. Yeah, man, it's the Garden. It's so iconic, and it doesn't matter, the venue, whether it's music, sports, comedy, whatever it is. Yeah, everybody wants to play the Garden. Hell, I would love to do this show or one of the shows from the network in the Garden. Like, that would be cool as hell.
Right. I just think for me, the Red Rock would just be like, it's so peaceful. I think it's just like a full circle moment. It's like I don't know if you're religious, but that's almost like me singing with God. It's like
there is something about Red Rock, and years ago, God, who was it that it was live, and I think I watched it on the interwebs here. God, who was it? I don't know, it was like Kenny Chesney or something like that. They did a live show. Like I said, this has been years and years ago. They did a live show at the Red Rock, and ever since then, I've just I'll Google it and look at it. It's beautiful out there. One, and the sound is amazing. Like that's like on my bucket list of places I want to go see a concert someday.
Me as well.
So definitely a cool venue, cool area. So,
absolutely.
And absolutely, I mean, if that's your closest I'm going to get to God moment, that's kind of that's going to be more meaningful.
Look out, all these lights filled with people. Yeah, that'd be something serious.
You keep doing what you're doing, you might be there before you know it, brother.
Yes, sir. That's
that would be that would be pretty badass. I swear, ADHD kicks my ass sometimes. It's ridiculous. Okay. Unique. She said, I met Luke as a choir boy.
That's one of my best friends right there.
Okay.
That's Unique. Hey, girl.
Nice. Definition of present. You know what? Words are hard. No, I knew he was going to be awesome. I'm definitely, dude. I really am, man. I'm really looking forward to watching your career go. I'm glad that you popped up on my algorithm. That's one of the cool things about doing this show, and one of the cool things about social media. You hear all the terrible things about social media, whether it's politics or idiots or you whatever. But if you find the right algorithm on your social media, and with me doing this show, all I have to do is scroll.
Exactly.
And every one of my guests, this is with the exception of just a couple, I've been scrolling Instagram, and their voice catches my ear.
Right.
And then I have to do the scroll back and try to find it because I'm doing that mindless. But that's old fashioned, I think, is what you got on the social media right now. I'm like, well, who the hell was that? And I had to go back and find it, and I found it, and I was like, all right, I gotta.
So that's actually the bar that I'm doing the show at.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so they let me shoot the video in there.
You got like the local support right there, man.
That's my main thing. I've always how do I put that? I'm always tried to keep my reputation solid because that's just with people, because That's all you got is your word.
Amen to that. I know that's the truth. A man ain't nothing without his word.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool that the community, your community, is getting behind you. And supporting you the way they are.
More and more every day. It's a wonderful feeling.
That's something that's one of those old sayings. Don't forget where you came from, type deal.
Right.
Always remember where you started at and where you came from.
That's what people tell me that every day. They're like, "Don't forget the little people." I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I get told that, and I'm like, I'm going to be the same guy doing a podcast in my bedroom, even no matter what. It don't matter how big we get. Like, I love the saying that, and I tell the guys this all the time, because one of the guys was joking around a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Oh, Glick's gonna take off with his sports show and his music show." Those are two things that I love the most: are sports and music. I'm a huge sports fan, and I love music. And he's just gonna take off and forget all about us. I'm like, I live and die by a certain quote. If I'm eating, we're all eating.
Mm-hmm.
If we go out to dinner and I'm eating steak, everybody at my table is eating steak with me at the end of the day. So we're all eating good. Don't worry about that, because even if for some weird crazy reason Spotify was to hit me up tomorrow and be like, "We want to give you a $200 million contract to do your podcast exclusively on Spotify," I'm like, all right, I'm still gonna be the same guy doing my show. I'm gonna have better equipment, but but in my bedroom, just chilling, like got the TV on, got whatever going on, But no, that's stay humble, man. That's the key. And to have the people in your corner. It sounds like you've got outside of the local businesses, your job, and the other establishment across the street, which if you want to shout them out, feel free to shout them out too.
They're called 502 Bar.
Oh yeah, there we go. See, y'all can go. If you're in San Antonio, you go over there, you have your few drinks, you get hungry, and you
November
run
27th.
across the street. Yeah. Get out there and see them guys. Outside of that, like, what about your family and your friends? How's that? Do they support you and push you to keep going?
So everybody in 9 to 5 is my immediate family.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So those are all my dad. The dude with the beard, that's my pops. The lady with the teenage girl, that's my mom and my sister. My little brother is the one with my dad, the little kid at breakfast. My two best friends from high school are in. They're the black guys that came in, and they're two of my friends from high school that I've been real close with. Another country music artist, one of my best friends from choir in high school. His name's Thomas Jimenez. He has a band called Thomas Jimenez and the Runaway Trains. He plays very locally out here and absolutely kills it. He's in that video as well, sitting at the bar. And then I got one of our local rappers, one of my best friends from high school as well, and he was in there. He's the guy with the cowboy hat on.
Hell yeah!
So everybody, that was a crazy day, man, because I hired actors and everything, and everybody split last second. So
shit.
My whole family jumped in, and I mean, it turned out better than I have no words for it, man. It was a beautiful thing.
Hell yeah, man. That speaks volumes. You got the family, the friend, you got a couple friends that are musicians. Send them my way. We'll get them on the show. That's cool, man. They all come out to support you like that, especially when people you had lined up and pay, and hired and whatnot, kind of just bailed on you. What up, that guy? I see you. I'm gonna need you two to get a room. Check it.
Hold on, I'm gonna move inside real quick.
No, you're good, Bubba.
Set up shop. That guy was playing pool, remember?
Just playing pool back here. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I was like, what are you? All right.
Yeah, y'all good. I'm
There we
not
go.
doing
That's a better
anything.
angle for you.
Yeah, there you go. Man in Black over here, ladies and gentlemen. Man in Black 2.0. You got anything else coming up? Any other new music or new album or anything like that that you
Oh,
want to share? Or you can
it's all
tell. You can
cooking.
tell.
It's all cooking. I can't really say too
Nice.
much yet, but by the end of the year, it's all coming.
Hell yeah, definitely looking forward to that. You'll have to make sure you
We
keep
definitely,
me
I'd
in the
say we
loop so
definitely
we
got
can get
another
you.
album coming in December.
Hell yeah, definitely have to keep me in the loop so we can keep the new stuff going.
Absolutely.
I say that as I've been slacking a little bit. Sorry, Derek, if you're out there listening and you got your ears on. I will get your new music up by this weekend, I promise. Derek's a former guest of mine and my co-host of my football show, and he's dropping music like every Friday. And I'm like, bro, I
Okay.
can't keep up with you.
Right. He's just pumping
What
it
up,
out.
Lazy? Yeah, man, he's killing it. He's doing his thing. What up, Lazy Jedi? No, man. I keep getting so derailed and so sidetracked here. I think that's why I was going to say that. I was going to say this earlier. You know, you were talking earlier about, you were able to get your first microphone and just start doing music. And I think the fortunate thing for you is that you're growing up, or you grew up in an era where everything is so easy compared to back in the day. Artists like Elvis or the Temptations or whatever, they relied on doing live shows, or being able to afford to get into the studio and cut records and stuff like that.
Selling physical copies.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally just grab your cell phone and prop it up and drop new music, record a new song, record a video or whatever the case may be. Does that, with all the modern conveniences, does that make it easy for you? Or are you more of a let me get into the studio and cut this track, cut this album type deal?
Absolutely. For these ones, I've been writing about 7 or 8 at a time, and then going to the studio and knocking all those out in one day. So we knocked out about 90% of the Average Joe album in one session.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then we just refined it and mixed it and mastered it over the whole year and got it all perfect. Just picked all the songs. But we did a session, and I did 7 songs that time, and every single one of them's on Average Joe.
Hell yeah. For anybody who's just coming in, you can find Luke on all social media and wherever you listen to music at Luke Angel Music. It's right there on the screen for you. He's not hard to find, guys. Or if you're following us on Instagram, he is tagged in all of our Instagram posts. So I'll get a twofer here. Go follow us.
Tattoo.
Yeah, right. If you're not following Nonsensical Network already, go follow us and then look at our story or look at my previous post, and you'll find Luke. Just like that. And make sure you follow him and check out his music.
Absolutely.
Don't use Instapicture. Well, I'll just find him right there. He's everywhere. He's out here. Just type in Luke Angel on your YouTube, and where all is your music distributed at?
Every platform you can think of.
Hell yeah. Spotify, Apple, all that stuff.
Spotify, Apple, Tidal, Amazon, Google Play, everything.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Even Lazy Jedi can figure it out.
Absolutely. Not hard to find at all.
Speaking of the Spotify, so another question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a favor, I guess. on Spotify, I'm very slowly working on it because I just learned that you could do this. This is, again, everything I do is trial and error, and I learn as I go.
Right.
But I just learned that you can create a playlist and you can share your playlist out there for people to listen to.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to say no, but I'm going to, if it's all right with you, I would love to add your music to it as well. I'm creating a playlist strictly for my guests.
Most definitely.
And that way I can get it distributed out there. And then as I have more guests on, I can add to it and all that jazz. But another way people can hear, former guests of Glick's House of Music and whatnot, and be able to check them out and all that stuff. I'm still just trying to fine tune it and figure it all out because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm lucky I can turn on a camera most days.
I hear you.
So turn on a computer. Well, man, you got a lot going on, brother, and I'm definitely excited to see.
We're busy right now.
hey, busy is good, man. Busy is good.
It's cool because everything kind of just started taking off like within the last week. So I've been just kind of flooded with everything at once, and now it's people are booking me for shows, people are booking me for radios, people are booking me for this and that, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not used to. I'm used to my mom swiping up and being like, "Hey, this is good, honey."
Yeah, right. Yeah, and unfortunately, our moms have to lie to us. We don't know if they're.
Not mine. Oh no! No, my mom is a very, very vocal woman.
My mom told me I was the most. My mom used to tell me I was the most handsomest young man ever, and then I grew up, and I'm like, that bitch was lying out her damn teeth.
Oh no, my mom is not a liar. That's the one thing I do.
Yeah, getting some fans in the chatters box, man. Just listen to being something, fire. I seen Shaka said something about it earlier as well. Then Shaka said type in his name and check out song Being Something. Yeah, man. You got some.
Thank you so much, guys. Apreciate that.
Yeah, guys. We'll be playing more of his music here on the network, so you guys will get to hear plenty of it. But definitely make sure you follow Luke, man. It's funny how you just said like everything just started kind of happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how that happens. Sometimes you work years at your art and it's just like, man, you almost get to a point, and I might be speaking more for myself than anything else. It's like, is it worth it? Is it really like, should I be
in the
all
past,
this time? Yeah.
I would say definitely in the past, yes, but we felt very strongly about this album from the very, very first time from the first song we wrote. So, I mean, it hasn't really ever been it's just been a refining and a timing thing for the most part with this. We knew once this one drops, everything was about to start going.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. And the cool thing about the album, and like I said, I'm not all the way through it yet. I'm listening through, and I get sidetracked with this, that, or the other thing. But one of the cool things about the album, and this is something else that we lost along the way. I remember back in the day, I would go buy an album, and you'd hear the radio cuts, the songs that went out on radio. But you would go buy the album, and the rest of the album would be so damn good that you didn't even really listen to the songs that were on the radio.
On the radio, exactly.
And your album Average Joe so far, what I've gotten through, it's been one good song after another. Like, this is an album that you can play through multiple times and listen to every song. Obviously, you're going to have your favorite songs on it,
right,
and whatnot. But you'll be able to play through it at like if you're on a road trip or cleaning house or something like that, you're going to be able to play through it and let it just play and listen to the whole album and enjoy the songs.
My manager's main thing with me is no skips. no skips. So if you put that song on and you might skip that song in any situation you're playing or any scenario you're in, it's not going on the album.
Hell yeah.
So we're very, very persistent with making sure it's nothing but hits. I feel like this generation is very, I guess, attention spans are a lot lower.
They're lazy.
Yeah. So within that 30-second mark, I need to catch your attention, and I need to be able to play any song off the album in any scenario situation we're in, and it still catch your attention.
And not only that, but the cool thing about it is you know, we all use Reels or TikTok or you know, YouTube Shorts or whatever. We use them to our advantage.
Right.
You may only get that 30 seconds to a minute, but you know, that's the cool thing about with your music is, you know, like 9 to 5. We keep going back to 9 to 5. That might be my favorite song at the end of the day. I'm not gonna lie. but 9 to 5. When I first heard it, it was just on Instagram. It was just that real quick reel.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to go find it so I could hear the rest of the song. So you you're able to grab people's attention enough to where they want to go find the song and listen to the full song in its entirety.
Right.
So props to you for being able to do that.
Thanks.
I'm so proud of you, Lukey Poo.
Who said that?
Angelina Phillips.
That's one of my closest friends from back way back in the day, maybe like about 6 years old, 7 years old.
Damn. So yeah, you know, huge props to you for being able to do that with the song. And even when I was checking out the rest of your Instagram and whatnot, you know, being something and old fashioned, they did the same thing. It was like, all right, now I want to hear the rest of the damn song. Yeah. So please tell me if I go look him up on YouTube, he's actually got these songs. Because some artists, you'll hear the snippet and then you go to their YouTube channel or Spotify or something like that, and there's nothing there. They got shit that's on there from 10 years ago. And it's just like, what are you doing, man? Like, you got all this new stuff, put it up on your platform so people can hear it. Don't just tease us.
Exactly. And that's what that's why we dropped the album. We didn't want to drop one song. It just everything's coming out.
Hell yeah. Well, not only that, and like you said, I mean, you were able to get in there and just crank the album out, get it knocked out in the studio and get it out there for the public to kind of consume and stuff like that. That's what I was going to do. And I kept getting sidetracked. One of the things I was going to ask you is, do you only do originals, or do you do any cover songs or anything like that?
I only do originals, really.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Just kind of curious to.
It's been a thing, not like a clash, but it's a different. People, when they book you for shows, some people want you to do originals, some people want you to do covers. It just depends. Me personally, I don't like. I mean, I sing in the car and I sing when a song comes on all day long. But if I'm performing, I'm performing my stuff.
Hell yeah, yeah, man. That's there's definitely nothing wrong with that. I mean, have you ever been in like when you do like the open mic or anything like that? Has anybody ever heard you do one of your songs and been like, hey, you probably do a really good job singing this song or whatever? Have you ever done anything like that, or?
I do that at a different time. We do karaoke as well all the time, So I hit different karaoke bars and go just to do that and practice singing in front of people and whatnot. But so I mean, I definitely do covers, but not ever if I'm in a setting to where I'm trying to showcase my music,
You're that guy at karaoke night. Yeah, we get it. You're a singer. Get off stage.
We get the people that walk up to it and they're like, "You're a professional." I'm like, "Kinda."
Kinda, sorta. That's the goal.
Yeah, so it's always a good time, though. It's always fun.
Old Jim over here, he's pissed off because he's been coming here for years. He just likes, he hates his wife, he hates his job, he hates his kids.
Wants to sing Neon Moon.
He just wants to come sing a little Brooks and Dunn and get drunk, and then you're up there stealing the show.
That's how we do it.
You was going to
I
hell,
go with the
Luke.
group normally, so we're all my friends, and some of them are not singers, and some of them are. So it's just a good time. It's just a way to hang out with my friends and
Hell yeah.
have a little fun while also practicing at the same time.
Yeah. Well, fortunately for me and the rest of the world, the only singing I do is either in the shower when nobody's home or in my car.
Well, there you go.
I put on one hell of a concert in my car. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of that, what's your stage presence like? Are you a move around, dance guy, have a good time? Are you more just kind of low key? Gonna sing my song.
I would say it's very passionate.
Nice.
I jump a lot.
Hell yeah.
I jump. Like not like flying jumping, but just like I jump to the beat. I love jumping to the words and stomping and all kinds of stuff like that.
So you're not. So you're saying you're not a David Lee Roth.
No, like, it's very emotional.
Yeah, you're kind of a milder Axl Rose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want you to believe every word I'm saying, so I do it strategically as well. Like on certain words, like I'll stomp on certain words or jump on certain down beats and just whatever the crowd's rocking with.
Hell yeah, man! You got to get a vibe for the crowd and go with what they're giving you at the end of the day, man.
Exactly.
Nah, well, man, I can't wait to get a Facebook or Instagram notification one day that you'll be doing a show out here in one of my local watering holes, so I can make the trek out and we got some
Ohio,
yeah, awesome. we got some nice concert venues out here.
We'll have to make a trip up there for sure.
Yeah, man. You ever get up this way? I don't give a damn which part of Ohio you're in. Hell, ask my boy Arliss, who was in here. We drove 2.5 hours to go be a part of that show. And I didn't even, whether I was being a part of that show or not, we were driving up there to see them do a show. And they're from Ohio, but they're up from northeastern Ohio. I'm in central Ohio.
Right. Well, we'll be out there for sure. It's a matter of time.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I know there'll come a day I'm going to get a notification on the old Facebook, and I'm going to go, ooh, Columbus, Ohio. Oh, I know where that's at. I work there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got some pretty nice venues up this way.
That's awesome.
Get a lot of really cool acts that come through and whatnot. So I definitely look forward to that. Dude, I gotta say, man, you've been awesome tonight. Definitely was looking forward to chatting with you. And I'm glad that you came across my algorithm, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else you got going on, man. What else the new stuff and everything like that, and going to keep rocking out the current album,
right?
And we're gonna be playing music here on the network.
Perfect.
But I don't want to keep you too long. I still got to do my whole closing spiel and all that nonsense. But anything you want to let people know? Anything you got the show coming up on the 25th.
Yes, sir.
Anything else you got coming up?
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say with that show and anything else you got in the works, you just want to
So November 27th will be the show at 502 Bar if you're in San Antonio, Texas. We'll be playing there the day before Thanksgiving on Wednesday. You come check that out. We got another album coming in December. That'll be the Average Joe Deluxe.
Okay.
And then next year is just gonna be filled with everything: shows, interviews, different bookings, venues, more music for sure.
Yeah, man.
That'll be the start.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I wanna let you know you got You got an open door here. You're welcome back anytime.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out, man. It's been a pleasure for real.
Don't be a stranger.
Absolutely.
The inbox is always open. The social media is always open, and the door. I tell this to everybody, especially if they're a cool interview and they're fun to hang out with. It don't matter if it's this show or one of the other 8-9 shows we have on the network, man. If you want to pop in and say hello, you just let us know. I'll make sure you get that link. And you got new stuff coming up, keep us in the loop. We'll definitely gladly get it out there and share it to our community as well. It's you know how it goes. It's ever growing. You're growing your fan base. You're getting bigger and bigger, and that's kind of the cool thing about doing this show and being a big music guy is and we all have our favorite bands and we all have our favorite artists, the big names and stuff like that. But I've always had a weak spot for local musicians and up and coming musicians. Like I'm always wanting to check out new bands locally here at home, or if I'm traveling, I'm like, what bands are good around here that are going to be playing? Like where do I go to see good music?
Right.
So this show is kind of as much for me as it is for you guys, and you guys are doing me a huge favor by coming on here and hanging out with me at the end of the day and letting us introduce you and get to know you a little bit better and get to hang out with you. So, like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the future has in store for you. You got a different sound. You got kind of a unique sound, and you're jumping into the country world, which, I think a lot of people are going to appreciate, but also a lot of people are going to go, this kid ain't country music. They said the same thing about Elvis Presley, and they said he wasn't rock and roll.
I think people misconstrue being a country artist with being a country boy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I live in Texas. I know what the country is, but I wouldn't say per se I'm a country boy like that. I'm not out here churning my own butter or nothing like that.
No, that's I throw a lot of people off because I am a country bumpkin. I grew up in the middle of fucking nowhere, but sometimes I might be cruising down the road, and back in the day, back in the day in high school, I had a big old jacked up truck, and I had a nice little system in it, and I might pull up to football practice or pull up to the bonfire, cranking Tupac, and everybody would go, "The fuck is Glick listening to?" Hey, and then I jump out in my Wranglers, my cowboy boots, and my cowboy hat, singing along and rapping along to Tupac. This is like, what's going on with Glick? Don't worry about it. I'm
the complete opposite. I pop out looking like a rapper. Listening Brian.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think your taste in music or your music genre is defined by what you look like.
Never.
I think as an artist, you just sing what's right for you. And I think, obviously I haven't heard the rap stuff, but I think you found your spot, man. You do a real good job. And
Thank you.
I enjoy your music, and obviously the chat, they've been checking it out tonight and they've heard what we've played, and they're enjoying it. So yeah, man, right. you found that sweet spot for you. So
that's awesome to hear. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Like I said, brother, you're welcome anytime. Anything you need from us, man. If you got a new song coming out, got the new album coming out, make sure you let me know. We'll share it out on our socials. We'll get it shared out on our socials. We'll shout you out, and we'll get it played here on the network as well. Before I let you go, I'm gonna let you drop down, and I'll do my spiel, and I'm gonna play one more song.
All righty.
But I always ask everybody for a little words of wisdom, if you will. If you got something a quote that resonates with you, or something that maybe your mom or your dad told you when you were young, or just something that really kind of keeps you motivated and keeps you going.
It's pretty simple, man. But I got it from work. Actually, it's just do better.
Man, I've been saying that shit for years. And people think I'm an asshole when I say it.
2 words, man. My manager's got it tattooed right on her finger.
Yeah.
Just do better. Every day, man. That's all you can do is do better.
Yeah, well, actually, I think I know why I'm an asshole. Because my phrase is actually be better, not do better.
A little different.
It's funny how just one word can really change a phrase.
The whole meaning.
I think that's the problem. Be better, do better, be better. Just absolutely, man. Well, brother, I absolutely appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a blast. You're cool as shit. I really do wish nothing but the best for you. Good luck on your with your show, your first headlining show on the 25th.
Always open for you as well, so you hit me up whenever.
Absolutely. I try to keep in touch with everybody. Like I said, you never know what's going to happen. I've been invited to Nashville. I think when I go to Nashville, I'm going to have a whole ass entourage. Adam Jones, I'm coming for that steak if you're listening. Shit, we could go out. We go out and tear it up in Nashville, man. I got all kinds of a lot of artists I've interviewed have been out in Nashville, man. We get out to Nashville. We can tear it up out there.
Absolutely.
We'll have a good time. But I'll let you go, man. Again, thank you so much for coming up here and hanging out with us. Y'all make sure you check out Luke Angel Music. He is everywhere. The social medias, all the music streaming platforms. Check him out. Check out the album Average Joe. Give it a like. Give him a like. Give him a follow, and show him some love. He's definitely doing some big things, and we're looking forward to seeing what you're coming up with next.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be a lot coming, so I'll definitely post it.
Hell yeah. I'll let you drop down. I'm going to do my closing spiel.
All right,
and we're going to play. We're going to close the show out tonight with Old Fashioned. So,
pleasure to be here, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, man. I appreciate you being here. It was awesome meeting you. Good luck, brother.
As well. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all, that was Luke Angel. Awesome young man, doing big things. Make sure you guys follow him. It's right down there at the bottom of the screen. Luke Angel Music. Give him a follow. Give him a like. Show him some love. Young man out of San Antonio, Texas. Feels good to be back from break. Took a little vacation, like I said. I got my little spiel I'm gonna rattle off here. Chaka, first and foremost, I see you down there in the comments. I see you talking that shit. You ain't the champ. You ain't the new champ. You ain't the real champ. You a wannabe champ. That's all you'll be. Just like all the others. Just like all the others that have come before you. And just like all that are going to come after you. Can't nobody dethrone me. I am the greatest champion of all time. Just let that be known. And if you don't believe me, well, there it is. All 10 pounds of it in its glory, right on Daddy's shoulder where it belongs. Hands of Seeds. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Let the chat promo begin. Now, shout out to, in all seriousness, man, I am the champ. I am the greatest of all time. Nobody will ever be better than me. Don't mind my messy room. It's messy. It is what it is. It's fucking real life, y'all. But no, huge shout out to Luke Angel. Appreciate him coming up tonight. I'm definitely a fan of his music. Been enjoying it. He's a good young man. Good young man. Looking forward to seeing a lot of success come his way. We were talking about this on Sunday, and I have been messing with it all night. My hat looks so weird. Anyways, I should just fucking do this. But anywho, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. As I was saying before I went on my little I'm the champ, I'm the greatest spiel. I did take a week off Took a little break. It was much needed. I am definitely feeling recharged, rejuvenated. I'm very grateful that I was able to take a week off. Shout out to the guys, Wally, Connor, Blaze, Jeff, everybody who was popped up in my absence. Shout out to Chaka, who's doing stuff behind the scenes and coming on the shows. Greatly appreciated. It feels good knowing that I can step away and kind of take a break, and everything's okay. It does mean a lot to me. It really does. And that I'm just super excited at the end of the day to be where we are now compared to where we used to be. And I knew that I couldn't take time off, and I knew I couldn't take a break. Also, a huge, big shout out to my boy Blaze. Last Tuesday night, he wanted to make sure that we had something on here for you guys. So we, God love him. I got to play this just for a shout out to Blaze because he is fucking awesome.
Hey guys, it's Blaze. Hey, so Glick's out on vacation this week, so he doesn't have a interview lined up for tonight. So I'm going to throw it back, and we're going to play the first ever interview that Glick did with Rock Lee here on Glick's House of Music, Blazin's House Sitting Playlist. You guys sit back and enjoy.
That was awesome. That was cool. And it was a fun little throwback. If you guys didn't see that episode, first ever interview I did here, which kind of set this whole show in motion. Just like I said, I'm just very grateful. I'm recharged. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to rock and roll and keep doing what we're doing here on the network. So, anywho, I just wanted to get that out there. I don't know if I was going to get the opportunity to get it out there the rest of the week. Shout out to Jeff. He did a good job filling in where it needed to be this week, doing his thing, even though I bust his balls and break his chops more than anything else. But it is what it is. That's how Jeff and I roll. So, anywho, I'm going to go ahead and play music and close this show out. I'll be back with the closer. Blah, 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 blah. Just thanks for giving me my moment, guys. One more song here from our boy Luke Angel, and it is Old Fashioned. And we'll be back to close the show.
Lincoln on the track. I still think boys should pay for girls. I still think Jesus saved this world. Still think a good song can change lives when it hit just right. So let me give it a whirl. I still believe that life will be okay, but that don't mean that it comes without pain. Some say it's just a game and your heart will break. They say love is dead, but I say no way. I take my bourbon on the rocks. Don't like to mix it up too often. Sometimes a cherry on the top is all a man is really want. I don't need too much, just a loving and laughing. Life's bittersweet, keep it simple and neat. I don't wanna grow up, cause I know what'll happen. Don't call me young, call me old fashioned. I found out everyone's in pain. I found a smile, but my heart still aches. I found it's best to hit that gas when you moving fast, cause life don't give breaks. I take my bourbon on the rocks. Don't like to mix it up too often. Sometimes a cherry on the top is all a man is really wanting. I've been living it up, keep on loving and laughing. Life's bittersweet, keep it simple and neat. I don't wanna grow up, but I'm feeling it happen. Don't call me young, call me old fashioned. I found out everyone can change. I wish that we could turn back days. I wish that we could all be happy with who we are and no one take that away. I take my bourbon on often. Sometimes a cherry on the top tastes better when it starts to blossom. Learn to never give up, I love hearing them laughing. Life's so damn sweet, it's not simple and neat. Didn't wanna grow up cause it hurt when it happened. Some call me young, I'm just old fashioned. I'm just old fashioned.
Sir, a little Luke Angel with Old Fashioned. Anywho, appreciate y'all listening. Again, I say that a lot, but I really do. I mean that. Replay viewers, live viewers, Chatters Box, man. Shout out to the Chatters Box. You guys were awesome tonight. All y'all, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all chatting it up. Means a lot. Hopefully you're checking out the rest of the shows on the network. We are the Nonsensical Network. Obviously, you guys know that by now. We are everywhere, y'all. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Shows are live Monday through Sunday on YouTube. Currently exclusively live on YouTube. We'll change that up again down the road. We'll get us back on the Facebook and Twitch and stuff like that. But for right now, we're exclusively live on YouTube. Monday through Sunday. We kick the week off with Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations hosted by my boy Wally. We're talking all things motorsports and reptiles. I don't know how those two go together, but hey, it is what it is. He's making it fucking work, and I'm happy for him. Followed up by Monday night, I think Chris goes, Wally does 6 to 7 p.m. on Monday. We kick off Men Caring for Men. It's hosted by Connor. It is an open door or an open panel, men's health conversation. So they drop the link, and anybody and everybody, well, no, I take that back. That is an invitation for men, men only, to talk about men's mental health. I think that's what Connor's doing. I don't know if he's changed it up yet or not. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern time is Glick's House of Music. You just watched it. I'm hanging out with artists. We're talking about their careers. We're getting to know them. We're just kind of hanging out, having a good time, shooting the shit, having fun. That's every Tuesday night. I am working on a few more interviews, so I don't know what's coming up right now, but I am working on a few interviews. So I'll keep you guys updated as that comes. Wednesdays is What the Fuck News, hosted by Jeff and myself. If it's in the news and it makes us say what the fuck, we're going to talk about it. We're going to add our little spin on it. And don't forget, every week is the penis report. I don't know why it's a thing, but it's a fucking thing. I don't know. But it is a fucking thing. But it's fun, nonetheless. What the Fuck News, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Thursday nights, I think Jeff is going to start to slide his show in there, Jeff's Garage. I know Wally said he might slide a few episodes of Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations. You guys also, we might slide in when we decide to team up again, the newest tag team sensation on the block, my boy Bill from Another Shot Podcast, which you guys can check them out. I think they're live Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. Another Shot Podcast. But Bill and I team up for a Shot of Nonsense. We just do a random show every once in a great while. I think we'll slide in there on Thursdays. Yeah, Thursdays is kind of a free-for-all right now. Friday nights is Nonsense and Chill, hosted by Blaze with Jeff. They're watching movies, hanging out, doing what they do. I think they do 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm not quite sure what time they do that show. Saturday nights is the main event. And yes, unlike the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight, you're not going to leave unsatisfied. And you don't have to worry about buffering because we kick ass on Saturday nights. It's unhinged. It's unapologetic. It's comedy-based. It's a bunch of people hanging out, having a good time. Open door challenge. Anybody and everybody can come in and hang out with us. All you got to do is click that link in the chat. And then Sundays, we wrap the week up with Unnecessary Roughness. It is your kickoff to NFL. Myself, Big Rick, and former guest of this show, Derek Wayne Douglas. Check him out, Derek Wayne Douglas, on all social media and everywhere you listen to music. He's got a ton of new shit, y'all. He is a musician. We're talking football, man. We're making picks. We're talking shit. We're having a good time when it comes to the NFL. So lots of shit to choose from, lots of options. I'm a little out of practice. I'm a little long-winded. Forgive me. It is what it is. But check us out. We are literally everywhere. All at the Nonsensical Network, or simply go to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. All them links is there, including the links to our merchandise, our merch store. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share, and buy our stuff. With that being said, y'all know the drill, y'all know the routine, and you know what? I don't think I have it on here. Let me see. I do not. But I should have it somewhere. You know what? I'm going to delay this out for just a few minutes longer because I should have it in here. I probably don't because nothing ever fucking works properly when I need it to work. Ooh, I do not. Oh, wait, I do. Winning. Hashtag winning, bitches. Let's scroll this up to the top as soon as that uploads. I forgot Blaze made a whole ass outro. Shout out to Blaze for that. Just glad I got through the whole fucking week in review or week lineup without forgetting Wally again and him messaging me, yelling at me. Put that there. Do that. Look at this. This is how I get down, man. There we go. All right. Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all being here. We'll be back next Tuesday with hopefully a brand new guest. Like I said, I'm working on it. If not, I'll figure something out for next Tuesday night. Maybe we'll just be playing music. How's that sound? But tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time for What the Fuck News. I'll be back. Jeff will be back. Maybe Chaco will be pulling up with us. He likes to pull up on Wednesday nights. And we'll have the Penis Report. Always promoting you, buddy. Michael Bathurst, how you been? How you doing, stranger? Sorry, I've been taking a little sabbatical from the socials and whatnot. I got to get back in and start saying hi to everybody and shouting everybody out and all that fun jazz. But thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next Tuesday with a brand new episode. Tune in tomorrow night for What the Fuck News, and make sure you check out the rest of the shows the rest of the week. With that being said, you know the drill, baby. Be good.
Nonsensical Network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football clashes, touchdowns, epic plays. News spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in, every week diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical Network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds of tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat. Flow so seamless, feeling so sweet.